How about that intro? Do you like? I worked real hard on that. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Popcorn Bucket. I am Mav. With me, as always, is my co-host Matt. What's going on, buddy?
Thank you for having me, as always. Happy to be here.
You don't have to say thank you for having me. This is your show too, man.
It's nice.
We have the guys below us. That's who we have. We have those guys. Yeah. And those two guys below us.
You should be thanking us.
You know what?
Thank
We've been tough guys. We know.
The two gentlemen joining us tonight.
Where's this gentleman?
Yeah, I don't know. We got to find him.
Man.
His poor wife. His poor IT department. These two guys are friends of mine from way back when I used to have another podcast that we shall not name.
Wait a minute, is statute of limitations up yet?
No, definitely not. Definitely not up yet. No, we don't want to. We're not rocking that boat. We're not buzzing that tower. See what I did there? Oh, so these two guys, they have a. Do you guys still have a podcast?
We don't. It's now defunct.
You don't. Oh, that's a shame because everybody in that whole group that we used to be in, like everyone went defunct or debunked or whatever you want to call it. But they had a podcast called the Dudes in Toyland Podcast, and it was strictly about, almost strictly about toys and G.I. Joe, which I stumbled upon you guys one day. I was coming home from work in Manhattan, and I got on the train, and I was searching Top Gun for some reason, and you guys had a Top Gun episode.
Well, that was actually the previous podcast that me and our buddy Chris did together. And then Chris bowed out, and it got changed into Dudes in Toyland when we brought Will on board.
No way. What was the name of that one?
That was the
Geeks Talk Back.
Thank you.
Geeks Talk Back.
The Geeks Talk Back. That's right.
I remember that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally forgot about that, but I remember it.
Yeah, and Will was our number one fan.
True story.
And then he came on as a guest spot, and then he just stuck around because, Will's like herpes. Once you get him, you can't get rid of him.
That's true.
And very
itchy. Cheese grater thing out,
Yeah. So Chris's life got complicated, so he bowed out, and then me and him kind of retooled the show, became the Dudes in Toyland.
That's right. I remember that. But I was listening to that episode, and you guys had a contest, and I think I was hopefully maybe the only listener, so therefore I won by default. And it was, I forget what it was, somebody's call sign, right? Yeah. It was like Slider or something, or Sundown. I forget what the answer was to that question.
Yeah, no, it was Stinger, the Admiral. It was Stinger, the Admiral.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got the question right, and they sent me a prize, and I have it here with me. Let me get it.
You still have that? You still have that?
Of course. I have it I have these on my bookcase in my loft with all of my toys.
That is awesome.
So these two gentlemen decide to send me a Nintendo NES cartridge of Top Gun.
Yeah.
Original NES cartridge with the name Kurtz on the bottom of it. I don't know who that is. It's probably the guy who sold it to him at a garage sale.
It came from the Goodwill, actually.
The Goodwill. All right.
We never found the body, so we don't know.
And then they sent me a VHS copy of Top Gun with the VHS tape. I never checked to see. Yeah, it's the real Top Gun. Do you ever go to a record store and buy your record and then come home and it's not the record that was in the sleeve? What's in the sleeve? So this could have been like The Land Before Time or something, but it's not. It's Top Gun. And on the front it says 3/4 of a mile, call the ball. Sean and Chris, GTB, the Geeks Talk Back. So they were good. Somehow they've managed to find a way to make this worth less than what it actually was by signing it. So thank you very much for that.
But we did live up to our name. We did send you an autographed copy of Top Gun.
You did. You sure did. And I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting both pieces. I was only expecting the one item. But I really enjoyed listening to you guys on a weekly basis. You guys were a lot of fun. And we had Tom Van Zant on from Not Another Nerdy Podcast. We had him on last weekend.
Oh, nice.
And we did the Beetlejuice movie. We talked about Beetlejuice. And then I did an episode by myself about Matt Walsh's Am I Racist, which is killing it numbers wise. I am killing it. So thank you to everyone who's watched that episode that I did. Thanks to all the comments I got on it. We got about 5 subscribers. I know it doesn't sound like much. We got 5 subscribers when all these people out there have millions, but we're starting out and it means something to me. So I really appreciate it. People in the chat or people watching us live, please talk to us in the chat. We always have one poor soul called Mike Hers that always talks to us. He needs company out there. So if you hear something about the movie that you want to know or something that you want to ask us personally, please do so. And that's what we're going to do now. We are. Go ahead.
So Mike is your caveman.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Mike's my caveman. I was actually going to do a cool little thing where we get, I pulled up a call sign generator and I was going to play a little game with you guys. You guys want to play a little call sign game?
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me pull that up on the screen here. I got some stuff.
I was caveman.
You are caveman, and I appreciate you remembering, but we'll see. Maybe you don't have to play.
I'll play, whatever.
Okay. Maybe we don't want you to play. I'm just joking.
Well, that's true too.
So we got this generator here, and you got to put your first and your last name. Now I'm incognito, so I'm going as Pete Mitchell. So I have to just put in Pete Mitchell. I don't think it really matters because as you know, I the last podcast ended very abruptly, and in order to, keep everything kosher, I'm keeping everything kosher. So I have an alias for all the accounts. So if you're on Instagram and you follow Toxic Fandom Podcast, Pete Mitchell is the name that pops up. But on this, what we're gonna do, and we'll have one of our guests go first. So either Will or Sean. And here's the thing: you can put it. We're gonna put in your name, and it's gonna spit out a call sign. You can either keep that call sign, or you can pass that call sign on to someone else. But
$1, Bob.
You have to, yes, exactly. And you have to keep the second one that you get. Make sense?
Okay.
All right. So we'll go Sean first. Sean, what do you want me to put in for your last name? I have to put something in.
Go Kazansky.
Oh, jeez. How do you spell? Is it a Z or an S?
Damn, you're an educator. You should know this stuff.
No, I'm not. I'm a fighter pilot.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a fighter pilot.
Kazanski.
Well, if you're a fighter pilot, you should have at least your master's degree.
I have a master's degree. I can't spell though.
Oh, right.
Sparkles.
Right.
Sparkles. You're gonna keep Sparkles. You're gonna pass it on to Will.
Oh boy. Let me guess.
I will keep Sparkles.
You're gonna keep Sparkles. All right. Do me a favor, and in the little name area, change your name to Sean, aka Sparkles, or Sean Sparkles Kazansky. We're gonna go to Will.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna use Bell because you don't care. You don't give a crap.
Damn, dude. All right, fine. All right.
The mountain man. Okay, your call sign will be Will Broken Bell. Kind of like the Liberty Bell. That's broken.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or broke back.
You're kind of broken in the brain.
Oh no.
You say broke back.
No.
Yeah.
Nice. You keep it broken, you're gonna give it to Matt.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it, clearly.
All right, you're keeping it. All right. Keeping it. All right, Matt. Pegging. I'm putting Matt pegging.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Meat pie. Yeah, Matt, meat pie pegging.
Oh, that sucks.
Nice.
You taking it? Or you're passing it to me.
Meat pie.
I'm passing meat pie to you. That stinks.
Oh, all right.
That stinks.
Only on the way out. Next one is pizza. Matt, pizza
All right.
pegging.
I'm Italian. I'll take it.
All right, so I have as of right now, I have meat pie.
Meat pie.
I kind of want to keep meat pie. Let's see. I'm gonna take whatever I get. Pete Mitchell. All right, let's see what I get. I get Papa. Oh, jeez. That fits. I guess that's kind of fitting. Let me see. I got.
That's a little lame though.
Yeah, it is. It is, especially when coming from Mav. Okay, but
it's a big downgrade. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I go back to meat pie?
Yeah.
Or do I have to keep
I'll allow it.
Papa?
Yeah. 2024, baby. You can do whatever you want.
All right, Pete meat pie. Mitchell. All right, now we can officially start. We got our call signs. Right. We can officially start the show. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that little.
Broken. Let me fix my broken game here. Let me try.
Yeah. All you have to do is hit the little thing next to the microphone symbol on your picture down there. But what I wanted to do first, we got the intros out of the way. What I wanted to do, I went into AI. I went into Chat GTP or Chat GPT, whatever it's called. And I asked it, could you give me some questions for a podcast that I'm doing for Top Gun Maverick? And it gave me some good questions. I'm going to alter them a little bit. But before that, I came up with this question: how and why did you get into Top Gun? We are all Top Gun fanatics, except for Matt. Matt actually just watched both movies for the first time this afternoon. So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But how and why did you
looked for you? I looked for you in Afghanistan when you were in a cave. You terrorist! How have you never seen Top Gun before?
Just didn't get to it.
He's only 23.
Oh.
He's only 23. He should have seen Maverick though. There was nothing stopping you from seeing the biggest movie of the summer after COVID. Like everyone should have.
I didn't see the first one, so that was a big investment.
You shut your mouth. You should have seen it. A big investment.
I know
this is film school.
This is going to be an hour of hazing for me because just wait till we start talking about these movies.
Yeah. So how'd you get into it, Will? Well, how'd you get into or why did you get into Top Gun?
First of all, America.
America.
Yeah. Second of all, it was the Cold War, and clearly America's better than the Soviet Union. Just saying.
Clearly, you're older than me.
I'm not the oldest around here, though, so I got to say that. You know.
All right.
But yes, we beat the Soviet Union, so America.
Yeah.
The F-14 Tomcat is my favorite airframe of all time.
Okay.
And it is the most gorgeous airplane ever graced the sky.
I'm a big F-16 fan, but I do feel a certain way about the
F-16
F-14
fan. Really?
I like I like Iron Eagle too. Iron Eagle's a good movie. That I was when
dude,
you
that's
were
like the methadone, right? You know.
Yeah, but I was a real little kid when Iron Eagle came out, so I really like that movie. We'll talk about Iron Eagle later, though.
All right.
And you were 1 year older when Top Gun came out.
Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Iron Eagle came out before Top Gun?
85 and then 86 Top Gun.
Oh, wow. Iron Eagle is the predecessor to Top Gun? Interesting.
Yeah, you know, it's Air Force.
But it's not as serious. It's made for a kid, I think. Iron Eagle.
I think so too.
It was the 80s. Everything was built for the kid or the teenager.
That's true. But you like the plane.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you got? That's it? We're out?
Love the plane.
The show.
Well, Will's a bit of a symbol, man.
Soviet Union. I'm an American.
Yeah. Sean, what about you? Sparkles?
Sparkles. Actually, my love affair with the F-14 came from a flea market.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is how far back my whole toy love goes. Well, I mean, it's probably, 5 years old, 6 years old. And went to a flea market, and then the kid, the guy had like the bin of old busted up toys or whatever, and there was an F-14. It was an airplane. I didn't know what it was. I asked my dad what it was. That's an F-14. So then I kind of got F-14s. I looked for F-14 models, everything else, and then about 86 when Top Gun came out. Well, that also my grandfather was in the Navy during World War II at Pearl Harbor, and so I always wanted to be in the Navy. And then the F-14 thing, I got the toys, all that. The movie came out. Then, okay, I'm going to be a Top Gun pilot. I want to be Pete Mitchell.
Yeah.
But then I'm a fucking dumbass and realized I ain't ever be a fucking pilot. Sorry. Freaking pilot.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Give Will, hey, watch the F-bombs, and I drop one. So,
stuff.
Yeah. So the movie came out, and then my dad took me to see the movie when it first came out, and then it was just father son thing, and it's Top Gun's just awesome. Yeah, and then I remember when because now a movie comes out in a theater it's in a theater, it's still already on video or streaming or whatever. It was a while before it came out on actual VHS tape, like the one we autographed for you. And I remember, right there. It was actually a big announcement, coming on April 30th, whatever it is, Top Gun on VHS. And my dad took me the day it came out on video to actually buy it at Kmart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice. So there's the Navy connection, the toy connection, the father-son connection. So I've always had this deep ingrained love for Top Gun.
That's awesome.
That's where it all started for me.
There you go.
See, Top Gun inspired me. Well, that and both my grandfathers were in the Navy as well, to actually join the Navy. I know who my father is, so I couldn't have been an aviator. We're going to let the highbrow humor on that hit. So if you know it, you know it.
I think it's obvious why you're not a pilot.
That's why I'm not an officer, because I know who my father is.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Nope, he had nothing to do with it. But that, I know, part of the reason I joined the Navy and went Special Forces.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Sean, are you in the service too?
No, actually, a funny story. I meant to get to that part too. Is that blood sugar kept me out of the service?
Oh, okay.
I'm hypoglycemic.
Yeah.
And I had taken the ASVABs, I aced the ASVABs. I was getting calls every single day from some branch of the military. And then, excuse me, quarters coming back up. And I had over the weekend, this is before I knew it was blood sugar related. It dropped so low, I actually ended up having a seizure.
Oh, wow.
So the following Monday, the Marines call, right? Hey, go join the Marines. I say, hey, yeah, over the weekend I had a seizure. It was like click. And that was it. Never heard anything else. So no, I never went to the service, but I still have a career in law enforcement now.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for that service. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I went a different direction.
For me, unless Matt, you want to go first with how you got into Top Gun?
You texted me on Tuesday and you said we have a podcast on Friday.
Bingo.
Yeah. So
Awesome. For me,
text message.
For me, it was very similar to Sean. I had like the poor kids version of the aircraft carrier from G.I. Joe. What was that called? The big aircraft carrier.
The real one? It was a flag.
The flag. I had the poor kids version, which like fit in the bathtub with me. You know,
dude, that's not even the poor kids version. That's better than I had.
Well, it was pretty cool. It was kind of like a mini toy chest. You could store your toys in the aircraft carrier because they popped up, and they had little little takeoff ramps on it and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It had a tower that made sounds and things. And I remember, I don't know why I had this or where I got it from, but I had an F-14 Tomcat toy where the wings went in and out, and I was obsessed with these two toys, and WPIX. I don't know if anybody out there remembers what WPIX is. That's Channel 11 in New York. And they would constantly play Top Gun on TV. And I remember watching Top Gun on Channel 11 at my grandmother's house and just freaking falling in total love with that movie and wanting to be Pete Mitchell and wanting to be a fighter pilot. Yep. And then from there on out, I must have been like 7-8 years old at the time. It was on PIX. It was like probably 89, 88 at that time. And I just became obsessed, and I got my own VHS tape and I put it in my VCR, and I sat there and waited till it came on Channel 11 again. And I hit the record button because, Matt, that's how we used to have to record things back then.
I caught the tail end of that phase. I have lots of bootleg VHS tapes. We used to steal them from the library.
Oh.
My grandfather would put the tape in with the, what was it called? The Betamax
VCR.
thing. No. The thing that would actually record the other device that would record and put it onto the other VCR when it was like the shifter. What was it called?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Betamax shifter.
Well, there was Betamax. That was the thing.
Yeah. So and one time we went to the library and we were like, we were pirating like Winnie the Pooh, whatever. And they were like, "Oh, are you?" I was like 4 years old. I was like 4 years old. And they're like, "Oh, like, do you want to return this?" And I said, "I'm like, yeah, we actually made a copy of it at home." My grandfather's like, "Okay, we gotta go. Sorry about that." Yeah. He's just joking. He's confused.
Come on, little Maddie. He's so funny.
He's joking.
Kids have been the same since the accident.
Yeah. So many bootleg copies. But sorry to cut you off. But I do remember I have VHS tapes. I got VHS tapes.
Yeah, but we used to have like a box of blank ones. Like that's what you did. You had a box of blank cassettes to get your stuff off the radio, and you had a box of blank VHS tapes, and you sat there and you had to wait until your thing came on. And if you were really, really into it, and you didn't want the commercials. You used to have to sit there and hit stop when the commercials came on, and then hit record again when the movie started, or started, or pause. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very vividly. But then I just watched I watched that tape until the ribbon broke, pretty much. Yep. So yeah, that's how I got into it. My next question for you guys: did someone have something to say? I thought I heard someone.
No, nope. I do still have my original copy from '86 though.
So do I.
That was from like 2009. No, my original one that I bought, or my dad bought me in '86. I still have that original copy of it. Wow.
This says 1986 on it.
Yeah, but that's not when. That's not when I bought that one at a
no, I know. No, but that tape was made in *86. It was not a reprint.
Matt, we should actually put a pin in that for these guys if they ever want to come back. If we don't scare them off, that would be a good episode. Like bring one best VHS tape you got in your collection.
That would be a great episode.
Yeah. I think that would be fun. I got some cool ones upstairs because the library by my house closed down, so they were like 60 cents a pop. My mom gave me a 20. She's like, "Go wild!" It was like the best day of my life.
And you bought all the Winnie the Pooh, right?
Oh no, I have every episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle on VHS tape. That's my big find from that one.
Nice.
But that would be a fun episode, I think, for the guys.
Yeah.
I had one other VHS tape that was a decoy for my parents because I had taped something naughty on it, and I wrote Braveheart on the front of it, which was a big mistake because my dad really liked that movie. So one day,
now he really likes the movie.
One day I come home and the tape is in pieces on my bed. He broke it into a million pieces. It's on my bed, and he never said a word to me. He never said a word to me. He just broke the tape up into a million pieces and left it on my bed.
It was a Sicilian message.
It was, yeah. It was a message, all right. And I got it loud and clear. Yeah.
What do you say when you find your son's spank bank? I mean, come on. I mean,
I think he went about it the right way. I really do. Yeah. I got the message. Our relationship is still fine, and there you go.
Yep.
My next question to you guys is: do you have any memories? Well, we kind of shared this already, but are there any other memories from your childhood that you can think of with your love for Top Gun? I know Sean and you had said a couple already with your grandfather and stuff, but I had one story, but I don't know if you guys did. So my story was that I didn't have this game. I had a game called Stealth Bomber.
Oh, I remember that one too.
So Broken, what was the one that looked like a triangle? The Stealth Bomber looked like a triangle. That wasn't the SR-71. That was like the long, slender one. What was the one that looked like a triangle? The F-117. So you were that plane in the game, and it was very similar to this Top Gun.
What was it? Was it called F-19?
I have no idea. I thought it was called Stealth. I would. Oh,
it was F-19 Stealth Fighter. It was put out by Microprose.
Wow! Look
in the 1991.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know the game you're talking about. So good. Continue.
It was a Sega game. It was a Sega Genesis game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Sega Genesis because I had moved on from the NES. Now I'm probably 10 or 11 at this point.
I was thinking PC. My bad. All right. Good. Sorry.
That's okay. So what I did to make my I had a Batman motorcycle helmet, a toy motorcycle helmet. You know, it was just that cheap plastic with the headband inside that you buy, and it had the Batman 89 symbol on either side of it. And I cut the front piece off and hot glued Velcro, and I took a fanny pack, a Yankees fanny pack that I had, and I cut the clips off, and I put one end of the clip on the helmet, and I put the other end of the clip on the mask that I cut off, and I Velcroed the other side so it would hinge like an air mask, like in Maverick or in Top Gun. And then my Iron Eagle side came out, and I took my Walkman. Matt, if you know what a Walkman is, it's a thing that you put a cassette tape into to listen to music. And it's like the first MP3 player. And I taped it to my leg, like Iron Eagle did. Matt, you've never seen. I'm assuming if you've never seen Top Gun, you've never seen Iron Eagle because that's even more obscure. Iron Eagle is the
I
best.
do gotta say that I know things that happened before I was born. I didn't just was born in 2000. It was like, oh, all that was before doesn't exist. I know.
Wait, you were born in 2000?
Like you're.
Wait, Matt was born in 2000?
2001? Oh,
2000.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that, man.
Oh,
2000.
Damn.
So, if Iron Eagle, the whole premise of it is there's an Air Force kid whose dad gets shot down in enemy territory.
Iran.
And him and his Iran. They named the country
Iran.
actually. Yeah, in that one. Yeah. And him and his buddies, they're all like 17. I think they might have graduated high school like 3 days earlier in this movie, right? And they all come up with a plan to steal fighter jets and fly to Iran to get the dad out. They're like, they've never been in a plane in these, fighter jets ever. They've flown like crop dusters, and they do it. And Louis Gossett Jr. is in it, and it's great, and you got to watch it. But the way this kid, the main character, the way he got into the zone was he would have his Walkman strapped to his leg, and he would play 80s hair metal in his headphones. God. And the lead song was called Iron Eagle, which is a great 80s rock song.
Well, if they were going to Iran, are you sure it wasn't Flock of Seagulls?
Great is stretching it.
Are they Iranian? I don't know.
No, they wrote the song Iran. I ran so far away. The band.
But
I'm trying to prove that I'm not some dumb millennial. Come on, guys.
Well, we didn't say you're dumb.
Yeah, I never said you were a millennial either. But okay. But that was my childhood story, and I bought a joystick, like an aircraft joystick for the Sega Genesis. So I flew it like, I really thought I was who I was, let me tell you. Yeah. But
you were Doug Masters.
I was Doug Mad. That's his name, Doug Masters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot the kid's name. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So let's get into the questions that I got from ChatGPT. I think that's the right order. All right. So yeah. So we got 10 or 11 questions here. We'll go through some of them if we want. If we don't have anything to say about them, then I'll just skip it. But how does Top Gun Maverick, compare to the original in terms of storytelling, development, character, and pacing? I think so. I like to describe movies as movies or films, right? Now, I don't consider either one of these a film, but I think Top Gun is more of a film than Maverick. I think Maverick is just an action movie, where I think there's way more, there's more stakes and there's more drama in Maverick than there was in the original. That's how I kind of look at it. The pacing is way different. It's all action in the second and third acts of Maverick. It's just nonstop action, where you get ups and downs in Top Gun, right? You get the ups at the beginning when they're in the firefight and they don't, and they weren't ready for it. You get the downs when Goose dies, spoiler alert. And then you get the highs again at the end. All right. There's like a roller coaster of emotions, but at Maverick, it's kind of like, once they get off the ground, they're going, man, and it's nonstop. What do you guys think?
Well, I think with Maverick, I think the overall kind of message trying to get across is, look, I'm not that old. I'm not too old. And that's pretty much what it was for Maverick. But Maverick was more of an action film, whereas Top Gun was more of a drama.
Yeah. We have a comment from Mr. Guida. He says, I think George Lucas paced his a little better. Now, if you listen to our last podcast, he basically argues that this is nothing more than Star Wars. Maverick was nothing more than a Star Wars ripoff. And it's hard.
Wait, old Star Wars? Like
the original
trilogy Star Wars?
Yeah, like A New Hope. There's a trench run. He uses the Force.
No.
He turns off all his equipment, uses the Force to throw the missile in, shoot the missile.
And I tend to agree about 80% with that comment.
Yeah. Okay. Matt, what do you think? How was the pacing compared to the first one? And the character development?
As the person here that watched Top Gun Maverick 30 hours later instead of 30 years later, like for me, the beginning was just like, but for you guys, that was probably just like such a, like, oh my God, we're back. I was just there. Yeah. They do Danger Zone and they do the guitar thing and they do Maverick on the motorcycle. And I was like, oh my God, I was just here. But I think the first one is the better movie. It's got like a sleeker look to it. It feels more original. The Maverick just felt like there was some parts that was just so much of a retread. The thing that both of those movies have going for them, though, is that both of them look fabulous. They're just stellar looking movies. I mean, every shot when you're on the battleship and there's the sun coming and they're encased. And all the fighting.
It's an aircraft.
Sorry, yeah.
It's not a battleship. Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about the Rihanna movie. No.
Oh yeah.
You remember that one?
I do. It's a fun little movie.
I tried not to.
Named after a board game. It's all right.
Yeah.
They should do Operation.
Yeah.
Like Saw. Like it should be a horror movie. They're trying to get the organs out without him screaming or something. I'm sorry.
We had to do an exercise in film school, and we had to pick like an IP that was like a board game or something like that, and then turn it into like a script. And we did Chutes and Ladders, and we did that. They were these two they were like two window cleaners, and they would fall if one of them fell off the ladders, and he started shooting up heroin to deal with the pain. So it was Chutes and Ladders.
Jeez. Oh, that's
I thought that was pretty. Yeah, right. Isn't that good? All these kids
really
going to see a Chutes and Ladders movie, and it's like Requiem for a Dream. I thought that was pretty fun.
They go in all smiling, they come out all crying.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Like Basketball Diaries, only window cleaning. Yeah, that's good.
Basketball Diaries.
That's true. I think the character development in the first one was way better. You got to know Goose and his family a lot more. Mm-hmm. I even think you got to know the other fighter pilots a lot more during that whole training scene in Miramar. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't necessarily take away from Maverick for me. I enjoyed both of them. I went home immediately after I saw Maverick in the theater, and I came home immediately and put on the original Top Gun, and I was like, wow, this is way slower. Like the pace was so much slower, and I'm like, this is so 2024 where people constantly need to be, fed action to keep their focus in it. Exactly. Because I got to be honest, I always fast forward through the Meg Ryan parts, and I always have when I did when I was a kid. And nothing against Meg Ryan. I think she's great in this movie. And, she's like peak Meg Ryan. She's hot in this movie. And I'm pretty sure Sebi likes Meg Ryan. Mike and Joe in the chat. Does Sebi have a thing for Meg Ryan? But I like the part when she's like, take me to bed or lose me forever. That all that's good stuff.
Now you hear that down where you live, and it's sister and brother.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey, you're right. Or cousin, whatever. They don't discriminate.
Hey, whatever.
But but the character. I think the character development in the original was a lot more fleshed out than this new one. Let me put up a picture of Top Gun. Good. Somebody's gonna say something.
I said one thing I thought kind of weird was that everybody went to Top Gun, or they went to that whatever the train scenario they had, and they already all knew each other. Like intimately,
that's true.
Like they're the same, flight group or whatever.
That's true. I never really thought about that because Maverick doesn't.
Weren't they all Top Gun instructors at one time? Or I know there were at least graduates.
They were all graduates. I don't think they were instructors. They were still all active duty.
Yeah. So they all knew each other. So Maverick was the odd man out coming in, which is kind of odd,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was one thing that bothered me. Was I don't know how the hell Hangman ever graduated from Top Gun University, whatever you want to call it, because he just constantly his name is that he's a bad pilot to pilot with.
Exactly.
Why would that person be the top guy though?
Because he wasn't the top
competition.
Guy. He wasn't the top.
But he
guy.
was.
Cougar.
He graduated from Top Gun University.
He lost.
He's also an officer.
Yeah.
He what happened with him? I'm sorry.
He's also an officer, and they get people killed.
Yeah.
But
Cougar lost it, turned in his wings, so he was number 2. He was number 1. You were number 2.
You guys are number 1.
Yep. You're number 1.
Yep.
Good luck, Maverick. What's anybody know what the first line of the movie is?
Oh, I do.
Good morning,
I do.
Scott.
Good morning, Scott. That's right. Morning Scott.
Never
morning,
that.
Scott.
Yeah.
I'm just so enamored by the movie. I just totally I don't know.
The opening scene is so great too. It's so great when they're flying around with those MiGs and stuff. But yeah, I never thought of that, Sean. You brought up a good point because like they know of Kazansky, but I don't think they know Kazansky, right?
Goose knew him from flight school, I guess, but
right.
But these guys know each other intimately. Like they've flown together a lot to where they know how everybody acts and everything else. So they didn't come together and get to know each other and grow together as a group and become a team.
Yeah,
like they already had their dynamic already set. The Maverick was the guy coming in, and he had to prove himself.
And that's probably because they needed the conflict to be between Rooster and Maverick instead of in between themselves. And in Top Gun, they needed it to be between the pilots themselves. But,
exactly.
Yeah. So let's see. Question numero dos. What are your thoughts on Maverick's character arc from the original film to this one? Did he evolve? So we know that he's gotten promoted, but not nearly as much as he should have been, right? He was a captain in the first, or he's a lieutenant in the first one. He's a captain in this one, correct?
Yeah, he was full lieutenant in the first one and Navy captain in the second. Yes.
And then he went on to be a test pilot, right? Pretty much. Would that be his title in the Air Force or the Navy rather?
Thank you, Steve. Yeah.
But
test pilot, yeah.
Because he basically, he brought planes to their limits to see how fast they can go. That was a really cool scene. It wasn't my favorite scene because that's how like that movie Maverick opens up, right? He goes to that hangar, you have the $1 billion plane that the government's working on, and he's supposed to take it to Mach 10 or something like that. And that was an okay scene for me. I liked it, but it wasn't anywhere near the opening scene of Top Gun for me.
Do you guys know a funny little bit of trivia about that scene?
Let's hear it.
Like for real, the Chinese government thought that jet was real. They thought that we had that technology for real.
Like the real government thought the plane in the movie was real?
The real Chinese government thought that was real.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Guida says he evolved the ability to survive a jet crash at over 7,000 miles an hour. That is true. And he just walked to a diner afterwards.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when Indiana Jones was in the refrigerator. That's kind of the vibe I got too. I'm with Mike on that one.
I think the Indiana Jones one's more realistic.
Now,
Indiana
Jones in the refrigerator, that was actually an Easter egg. Okay.
It was an Easter egg. How?
I was reading what Joe said.
Joe says Tom Cruise evolved from Kelly McGillis to Jennifer Connelly, which is an enormous upgrade. That is
the enormous 1,000%.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen her in Career Opportunities?
No.
Oh, she is fantastic in that. Not acting, but
yeah.
Career Opportunities.
So gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's a good one. The refrigerator was actually an Easter egg or kind of a throwback to the Back to the Future franchise, because originally the refrigerator was going to be the time machine, not the DeLorean.
Oh,
so that was kind of like a little salute to the original Back to the Future time machine.
That would have sucked.
They made a very wise choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have sucked. But I don't think he evolved in the sense that I think he wants to keep his pilots safe as possible, where he didn't give a shit in the first one.
Yeah.
But I think he did that evolution in the first one. You know, he realized that by the end of Top Gun, when he and Kazansky had to save the day at the end. And so I'm not sure how much he evolved from one film to the next. He's still the guy who takes it too far. He's still the guy that buzzing the tower and taking it, breaking orders. and doing his own
but
thing.
Now that's all on his own accord, like he doesn't have another pilot in his plane with him until it's absolutely necessary at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the biggest shame of the movie is that it desperately needed that middle part. You know what I mean? Part? Like this feels like part 3, and Top Gun 1 is part 2. Like the glory days of Iceman and Maverick, but they became so close. Like you've almost needed them to have like a war movie together.
I know what you mean.
Like maybe they get rendezvoused and they're in the jungle, or like something, or in the desert, or something happens where we can see them really click, because they're not friends until the last 7 minutes of that movie, if that. Right. And then all of a sudden we jump into the third one, and it's like they text every day. And they're best friends, and they text so dramatically too. I'm not sure if anyone else laughed at that besides me.
Yes, Joe, that's the one. That is the one.
Wow. I know that scene. I've never seen the movie, but I know that scene. Who's ever microphone that is, that's gotta work itself out. But yeah, that's the one where she's on the mechanical horse. Is that from the 80s? That's from way back when, right? Or the 90s at least.
Maybe 1990.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing my glasses. I read that backwards. I'm not wearing my glasses.
You read it? Did the glasses help you read forwards, or?
No, I just get all switched up sometimes.
What did you read? Is that the mechanical where she's?
I read that
horse?
the mechanical horse was in her. I was like, Joe, what movies? Are you watching here, buddy?
Whoa.
So confused.
That's the one. That's the one label. I should label Braveheart.
Good one. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Question number 3. Let's talk about the flying sequences. How did the stunts and cinematography in Maverick raise the bar from the first movie? I think they're just as good. I'm still enamored by the first movie's aerial sequences and flying sequences.
Right.
I thought they were fantastic. Even to this day,
they used the miniatures.
Did they use miniatures?
Yes, they did in the first one, where they, especially that scene where Maverick and Goose are in that flat spin. That was all done on a miniature.
No shit.
Yes.
Well, obviously they didn't do it with real planes.
Well, clearly, yeah.
And obviously it wasn't CGI'd, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it was a miniature.
I like real effects. That's pretty cool.
And also one of the scenes where one of the MiGs gets shot, the wing gets blown off. That was a miniature as well, because the Mythbusters guys, Adam Savage talked about it in one of his YouTube shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could imagine, how big was that explosion in real life? Was it
it wasn't very big at all. No.
Was it just a tiny little spark, and it looked so gigantic to us? It looked like Michael Bay kind of shit to us.
No, it was the size of like a firecracker. It was a firecracker explosion.
Yeah. Joe says because they were inverted. That's right. Damn Skippy. But yeah, I think the flying sequences, like when they're the one that gives me chills, like I always get chills when I watch Top Gun. I'm just that lame and that into it, I guess. But when they're coming, when they actually go on the mission and they come around and bank around that mountain, and you see all 4 jets with the airstreams going over them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that scene. Yeah, the vapor trails. That's so cool. That is so cool. I love that. Yeah. But all the stuff in the desert was awesome too. All that stuff was cool. The way the planes kind of manipulated the dirt and sand on the ground when they flew real close to it. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. That dude, that general though, would have got knocked over, I think, right? If that jet flew by him like that in the very beginning.
Ed Harris as the admiral.
Ed Harris as the admiral. Yes.
Yeah, generals are in the Army and the Marine Corps.
Thanks,
and the Air Force.
Thank you. Thanks, Brokeback. But he would have been he would have easily been knocked over, correct?
Yes.
Like, that would not have been able to happen.
Yes. If it lifted up the freaking roof of that guard shack, he'd be on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. All right, another one here. What do we got here? What impacted the absence?
Oh, I had something.
Go ahead, go for it.
Dude, I don't know what Sean's doing.
I was just going to say.
I need another beer.
That was a flyby. Sorry.
Evidently.
Go ahead, Matt. What you got?
ever since Tom Cruise got with this guy McQuarrie, the producer, he's the guy that does all the Mission Impossible movies. Everything that he's been in, just awesome. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know. You are one of those like film guys who knows producers. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know names of people who I don't even know directors most of the time.
like Mission Impossible, like 5, 6, and 7. When he's been like when he's like hanging off the side of a plane, that's this guy. When he's running up the building, that's that guy. Like everything is besides that one really dopey scene when he has to hold his breath for like 9 minutes. It's all looked really really good, and everything they're on top of the world with this stuff. I don't think there's any movie that looks as good as what these guys are doing right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with you. Let's see. How does the impact or what impacted the absence of Kelly McGillis and Val Kilmer have on the story? I hated Charlie. Charlie to me was the worst part of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That everything any momentum you have in Top Gun just gets drained to me by Charlie. And again,
Kelly McGillis was in the second one. She was in that big gray thing that was on the ocean called the boat.
Was she?
No, she's a big old whale now.
Oh, she was the boat. Oh, the USS McGillis. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Mike Hers is here, everybody. Say hello. He's our caveman. That's our caveman.
What's up, Mike?
Welcome aboard.
Tom Cruise has aged amazing over the last 30 years, and Kelly McGillis has aged like milk. I mean, she just looks awful.
Has Kelly McGillis sold her soul to the same devil that Tom Cruise did? Because he made a pact with some demon to keep him young.
No. Kelly McGillis looks like Tom Cruise's grandma.
Yeah,
it's awful. She's terrible looking now.
And he was like, he could do so much better than her. Like, he's so much better looking than she was in that movie. Like, she's wearing that stupid pink sweater wrapped around her neck in the bar scene.
Right.
I'm like, there has to be 10 chicks that are hotter than her. The one girl in the bar scene is like, hey, that chick was hot. Tom Cruise could have got her.
But spoiler alert, when you're in a quote unquote target rich environment, not all the targets are worth engaging.
Well, he could have passed on Charlie, that's for sure.
Hey, man, any port in a storm.
I think it's more of a casting thing because they're probably like riding the tails on Iron Eagle. Like, I don't want to be the next Iron Eagle. So, and Kelly McGillis is the only one available that would do it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But
yes, Joe Milk was a bad idea.
But Jennifer Connelly was such
Joe Tambini with the Anchorman reference. Milk was a bad choice.
But yeah, Jennifer Connelly I think she did more for the movie too, though. Like, you know, Kelly McGillis, she, like I said, she brought it down for me. But Jennifer Connelly, what was her name? Penny, right? Penny Benjamin.
Penny Benjamin,
one admiral's daughter. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is. Did you get that, Matt? That Easter egg of Penny Benjamin?
No.
What?
So when Maverick and Goose at the beginning of the movie are getting chewed out, and the admiral is listing things that Tom Cruise has done to get in trouble, he says, "And one admiral's daughter," and Goose looks at him and goes, "Penny Benjamin."
Mm-hmm.
So that is the admiral's daughter. That is Penny Benjamin. So I love the fact that she was not a woke character, because they could have made her a woke character. And what I mean by that is she could have just been the girl who had to fix Maverick, right? Because that's what happens in all these remakes. Like, you had to fix Luke Skywalker with Rey. Rey had to fix Luke. And I thought that I had a lot of trepidation going into this movie. I was excited, but yet I was scared because I thought they were going to ruin my favorite thing in the world. And she was a supportive wife/girlfriend who was like, "You're fucking Maverick and go do Maverick shit." And I was like, fuck yeah. Like that could not have been a better message. Like, be a supportive girlfriend and tell your husband or boyfriend how the good things that he has the ability to do, and to encourage him to go do it. Like, I thought that was great. You know, and plus, you know, they had a little romp. They had a little romp between the sheets, which was all right. It was all right by me.
While we're on the looks, this was driving me nuts the whole movie. Did you guys not get a little bit of the uncanny valley effect with Tom Cruise? Because they're definitely digitally editing his face in every single shot.
I'm digitally editing my face right now, Matt. I'm a 42-year-old man. I got the touch up my appearance box checked.
No, it's in his contract that he has to like if he smiles and he has crow's feet, they're to be removed. Like wrinkled,
Good.
he gets de-wrinkled. Wow.
He's a movie star.
It looks so weird.
Star. Vanity is one of his best features.
But sorry, Matt, I didn't think that deep into it.
No, I can see it. It's weird. And isn't Iceman's message to give it up? Come on.
Listen, you're talking to 3 40-year-old
Iceman gave up the ghost, literally.
But you look at
go ahead, Sean.
So you look at Val Kilmer. He has a work done too, so he ain't no one to talk.
No. Right. But that's actual like physical work. This Tom Cruise, like if you watched, did you anyone here see The Mummy? Was I the only person that ever saw The Mummy?
I saw The Mummy. I see every Tom Cruise movie.
There's the scenes with his shirts off and his body is like completely reshapen from what you see behind the scenes. I mean, it's that's real. Because now I'm starting to notice it and it's like making me, I'm just getting freaked out because he's just going to live forever.
With a shirt off.
I knew that was coming.
I come from a time where the effects were so bad that I think Lord of the Rings looks real. You know, like I think all the orcs, you know, climbing the walls in Mordor or not Mordor, Under the Mountain. The hell's it called? Not Khazad-dûm. Is it Khazad-dûm? Anyway, no idea. Where the Balrog is. Mines of Moria. When they're climbing the Mines of Moria, I think that shit looks real. So listen, you're talking to 3 40-year-old guys that want to relive their childhood. I don't mind if they de-age Tom Cruise a little bit.
Yeah.
That's where I'm standing with that.
I don't mind that he gets the age. I just get so distracted because I can see it. Because I know he doesn't look like that. So if you see him at the red carpet, it's like they're like, shoot Mr. Cruise from 100 yards away and to zooming in.
Yeah, he has special lighting guys that just follow him around.
Watch him on the red carpet. They're so far away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was part of a production where I had hair and makeup done, and it really does do wonders for you. It does actually wonder. I was in a promo for an Amazon TV show way back.
Do we have that in the budget?
To get hair and makeup? We can
before wife. Every episode.
My wife. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Those of us that don't have hair, can we just get the makeup?
Yeah. Yes, Joe. Lord of the Rings is fake. It's fantasy. But I'm so glad they had Val Kilmer come back. I was very happy to see that. Wow, who is wigging out? Who froze on us? I think it's Matt. Matt froze on. Matt was having a technical difficulty. Oh, there he is. He's back. Matt, you back?
I'm back.
There you go. Okay, cool. You're back. You don't want to hit Control-Alt-Delete again.
No.
But yeah, I was very, very happy that Val Kilmer came back, especially right before he passed it. How soon after the movie did he pass away? It was pretty quick, right?
That's right.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
No.
He's still
die.
Did he just die in the movie and I just figured he died in real life?
Yes, Steve, I think you're right.
Okay,
I think he died in the movie.
So you think Lord of the Rings is real and Top Gun's real too?
Wow.
He's still alive? I thought he had cancer. He's still alive. Wah.
Mav, don't worry. Sean Bean's head is still attached to his body. Don't worry. Wow. It's not real.
Yeah. My litmus test for anything is I Google the name and I go to Wikipedia. If it says is, he's alive, or was, he's dead. Val Kilmer is an American actor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Wikipedia said present. Yeah, okay. Well, thank goodness.
But he does have throat cancer. He does have the throat cancer thing. That's real.
He does have the cancer. That's
he can't speak.
But no. But I am very, very happy they got him in the movie. How did you like the new recruits as opposed to the old recruits? As far as the pilot.
Honestly, I didn't like him.
I didn't like them very much either. I like Hangman. I like what's his face, Glenn Powell. He's the man. I want him in everything now.
Yeah, well, he's everything now.
Good.
He's the new Twister one. He's been like the. the one where that Navy guy got shot down and he went and crashed his plane to save him. The black dude that won the Medal of Honor posthumously.
Yes, in Korea. Yes, yeah, I remember that movie. That was him. Wow.
Yeah, that was Hangman.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, he definitely filled the Iceman slot in that mix, but the rest of the characters, I mean, you could inserted anybody in the rest of those spots and it would just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Bob was okay. I didn't mind Bob.
Yeah.
Bob was all right. I don't mind there being a girl in it, as like because her name was Phoenix. I don't mind there being a girl in it, but all her lines were very kind of forced and not very, not very smooth. It just felt like it was a little forced in there for that. The other guys were just not memorable. Like I didn't like the call signs they gave him. I didn't like Fanboy. That was so cringy. Fanboy to me is cringy. I don't even like saying it. Hangman was cool. I like that one. What was some other ones? I had them brought up here. There was Fanboy, Phoenix, Rooster.
Vulture?
No, there was no Vulture.
Something with a V.
It should have been a Vulture.
Phoenix. Payback. I don't even remember Payback, but he was in it. And Fanboy. That's the only ones they're listing. And Bob. That's the only ones they're listing on this website that I'm on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only ones that really made a difference were Maverick, Hangman, and Rooster. Anybody else was insert random call sign or character here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just filler. That's all it was.
But one thing about that movie that, I mean, clearly the F-18 has moved on technology-wise, but, Bob, whatever. But having a Rio, I wish that everybody had a Rio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why is that important to you?
Because Goose played off Maverick really well. Mav flew at 1,000 miles an hour with his hair on fire. Goose was a family man, still wanted to live life dangerously, but he's like, slow down a little bit, Mav, and they complemented each other well. And I feel like a Rio added to the dialogue and to the character development.
Okay. I see that. I think, I'm sure they did it for a reason. Like, he didn't want it. I think he wanted to put himself as far apart from being responsible for somebody else's life as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. And technology caught up. I mean, the F-18 is now usually a single seater.
Yeah. I really went into this movie thinking he was going to be a broken man from Goose and be an alcoholic and be a degenerate. And that the girl pilot was going to rise him from the ashes. Hence Phoenix, her name Phoenix.
So glad you're wrong.
But I'm so glad I was wrong. I was so happy that I was wrong. Let's see what else we got.
While
here.
We're on that,
go ahead.
Like for potential Top Gun 3, could Rooster be Hangman's Rio? Because that's probably the direction that they're going to have to make a third one. It made $1 billion.
Well, they are making a third one. They are making a third one.
That's confirmed?
Yeah, it's confirmed.
So those two, I think that's probably your best bet. Right?
Well, Maverick would still have to be in it, right? Is Maverick still going to be involved? I mean, is he still going to be a character in the movie? Okay. Like, I wonder what his role is going to be. Is he going to finally get promoted? Is he going to be in charge of the next mission but he doesn't fly, but he's the John Hamm in the next movie?
He would be retired, forcibly retired.
Something would have to happen to him. There'd have to be an accident or like a raid gone wrong in the first scene.
Maybe his dad got shot down over Iran and only his teenage son could save him.
that would be superb. That would be great. Never say die. Iron Eagle.
The Ayatollah of rock and roller coming at you.
Maybe he loses an eye or something. Maybe he's
he's a pirate.
Yeah, something. Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe he goes blind. And he's got to talk to me, Goose, and he's got to fly the plane blind. Let's just go off the rails.
Okay, Matt's cut off. Shut him off.
That'd be terrible. I'm not advocating for that.
This one's for Will. Is the portrayal and Sean is the portrayal of military aviation more realistic or stylized in Maverick compared to the original? And does it do it well? I've watched I've watched YouTube videos of real fighter pilots critiquing the movie, and they had, you know, a billion issues with it, but they still enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, all I got to say from my experience, we would call back, and guys like Maverick and Hangman and Rooster and everybody, they would come in and drop ordnance, save our lives. I'd be thankful and happy. I never really dealt with naval aviators all that often. That's all I know.
Oh.
Joe says they're gonna RoboCop him, half man, half plane.
Whoa.
Mike says Joe. Top Gun 3. Yeah. Top Gun 3, a Russian MiG kills Mav and Rooster needs an event to avenge him. All right. I could see that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they never, in Top Gun, they never name the countries. They never ever name the countries they're fighting.
Nope.
It's just some random, you know, enemy. I mean, you could assume it was Russia in the first one.
And the second one, it's Iran. Obviously, anybody can see that.
Anybody can see that.
But they still don't name it, though.
No, they don't name it. They don't name it. Yeah. So do they do a good job? They're going to remake Rocky this time. Mike says geez. he's got to avenge Apollo. Rooster has to avenge Maverick. Hey. Very good. Very good. But so how do you feel like it fares as far as like the aviation of the real military goes? You think it's really far-fetched? I mean, I wouldn't know anything about it. So you guys have been to Top Gun, right?
Yes, we have
visited. Yeah,
we have.
Like I remember listening to that episode. You guys made the pilgrimage over to Miramar, right?
No, Fallon.
Okay.
They closed Miramar in the 90s.
Oh, there's your bracelet.
And
there you go.
And they moved it to Fallon, Nevada, which for me is like literally 30 minutes from my house is where Top Gun is.
Yep.
Which is hence why I had the Top Gun ambassador in quotes on my title there.
And I went in and I checked the ladies' room for the plaque for the alternates.
There you go. Did you find it?
It's not there.
Nice.
It's not there.
And
the security officer looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah. You checked the countertop, see if it was sturdy.
Yeah. Just that was at the O Club. Yeah, I don't want to go to an O Club.
I really hope there are some Top Gun files out there listening to this. I really do. Be. I hope so. Or eventually they will.
Sean and I'll tell you that was a really cool when his friend took us up. We were in the tower and we watched down at the far end of the
Kate's watching.
Area.
Hi, Kate.
Kate is watching. Kate says she was waiting for Will and Sean to bring up their trip to Top Gun.
Yeah. So we were watching. There were 5 F-18s. Wow. That were all sitting idle down at the end of the flight line with their engines running and all that stuff. And the public affairs officer lady that took us through, she's like, "Oh, those are the instructors." She says they're waiting for the students to take off first. She's like, "They're going to kill them all because they made them wait." I was like, "Oh, that is so cool."
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
How did it all sound? Did it just sound amazing?
It was incredible.
Like an orgasm having an orgasm?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. America.
I'd have to make a trek out there to hear that. I'm dying to hear that.
Yeah.
That'd be really
Don't tell
cool.
Mrs. Mitchell that you're going to go because she might be let down.
Penny? I won't tell Penny.
Yeah, don't tell Penny Benjamin. Yeah.
The last thing that I have, because we're coming up on an hour, over an hour now, is one other thing that I have that I want to show you that is a topic that I wanted to bring up is what had the better soundtrack. This is my original vinyl.
Oh,
nice.
This is my 1986 vinyl.
Yeah.
Of the Top Gun soundtrack. And in my opinion, this original soundtrack is 1,000 times better than the new soundtrack.
Absolutely.
And the reason for that is because I looked up the new soundtrack and there are only about 2 or 3 songs that are actually like pop songs that you can hear on the radio, where everything on this one is, it's from a band and there's words to everything.
Yeah.
And because the original, the new one, Maverick, is more of a score than it is a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, originally, you got Kenny Loggins, obviously. You got Lover Boy. You got
Would you like me to read off the track list?
Berlin.
It's Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone.
Right.
Lover Boy, Heaven in Your Eyes. Cheap Trick. Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Harold Faltmeyer and Steve Stevens, who did the Top Gun anthem. Miami Sound Machine. Kenny Loggins, Playing with Them Boys.
Yep.
Tina Marie, Lead Me On. Marietta, Destination Unknown, and Larry Green, Through the Fire. Not the Through the Fire, not Dockin Through the Fire, but different song, which is still awesome. Love that song. But yeah, and the songs on the new movie are, let's see, Lady Gaga, Hold My Hand, which you don't hear until the very end of the movie. It wasn't bad, but I kind of think they should have used it during the movie instead of just at the end when they're flying away into,
Happily Ever After
the sunset. Yeah. And then they had a decent volleyball song. I forget what the name of the game they played was. It was like Crazy Football or some shit, beach football.
Football.
Yeah.
It was called I Ain't Worried by One Republic. My kids really like that song. But Playing with Them,
I saw them
live,
that's
just
actually
iconic. You saw One Republic live? How were they?
I did. I saw them for one song. They opened for the Zach Brown band because they have one hit ever, and it's called
well, two now.
What's
one and a half.
I know the one you're talking about, Matt. I can't think of the name, but I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
maybe someone in the chat can help us out.
We saw that
one song and the Top Gun song. That's all they got.
Yeah, that's all they got. I actually saw Zach Brown open up for Kenny Chesney. Great concert. Very, very good concert. But yeah, so everyone agreeing that the original soundtrack is better?
1000%.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now comes the memorabilia portion of the show. I showed you half my memorabilia.
Yes.
Dang it. Does anybody have anything else? I have some other stuff, so I don't want to show mine off. Do you guys have anything you want to show off?
I got a lot, but it's all packed away.
Well, tell us what you got.
Man, somebody made me an Iceman helmet.
Yeah, an actual helmet?
The actual helmet? Yeah.
No way.
Probably. Yeah, way. Yeah.
That is awesome. I wonder if I can get a helmet made by that person. Who did it?
I know a guy, so message me afterwards or something.
Because I happen to have a helmet.
Oh, you do?
That a guy made me. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, same guy.
I hope it's the same guy.
Yeah.
But check that out. We're going to lose every listener, or we're going to gain all listeners. My headphones don't fit over it. So I don't know if I can hear you too well, but this is absolutely amazing. I wore this to the movie Maverick. I sat in the theater with that on, and I got an applause, like not a standing ovation, but I got an ovation when I walked in.
Nice,
because I had my Top Gun. It was actually Top Dad because my daughter bought it for me. It was Top Dad T-shirt, but in the Top Gun writing, and I wore my helmet. And everybody cheered for me. That was in the movie theater. It was fantastic. So thank you for that, Sparkles. I really appreciate it. I wore this for Halloween a couple of times. The place I work at has a Halloween contest, and a whole bunch of us went as Tom Cruise's, which was pretty funny. Joe's embarrassed of me. There he is. He's embarrassed. Hand over the face. That's all right, Joe. I enjoyed myself. But what else you got there, Will?
Well, courtesy of the new Top Gun Maverick, I have the entire set of let's see, F-18. There's a helicopter. There's the Rogue Nation 7th generation fighter. We all know it's Iran.
You're not letting them
aircraft carrier. Actually, the aircraft carrier. Yep.
Or battleship, as some of us call it.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yes. It's enough out of you.
And now, are those like toys, or are they like models? Nice.
Matchbox.
No, toys.
Matchbox put them out.
Oh, speaking of Sean, I wanted to ask you a question, bud. I know you. Do you still do the Hot Wheels?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I bought myself a 1978 Ford F100. It looks very much like this. Can you make me a Matchbox car of that? Can you find a 78 Ford F100 and paint it orange and yellow for me?
Yeah, actually, I've got about 20 or 30 of those. They came out a couple years ago, and I kind of stockpiled those. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll pay you handsomely for one. I'll give you a fin and a sawbuck, as my grandfather used to say. A sawbuck is a $10 bill.
I'll say what the hell that means. Okay.
And a fin is a $5. Yeah. My drunken grandfather who smelled like hot red pepper all the time. I don't know why, but he would always take $10 bills out of his sock and give it to me for no reason. Anyway,
not a problem. Yeah, no.
Sean, you got any memorabilia you want to share or show off?
Well, like I said, I also got the whole Matchbox set, including the aircraft carrier, the 4-packs and all that. But also from Top Gun, from Top Gun Maverick, I don't know if you can see it very well. I've got a actual Top Gun Maverick filming on location challenge coin.
Right.
Whoop. As I dropped my keyboard.
You had a challenge coin.
It was just here, I swear. No. Yeah, so I got the Top Gun Maverick challenge coin from Top Gun. And when they did the filming at Fallon, I actually have a flight patch from the flight suit from the filming crew.
Nice.
I can't find my pin. I had a pin too. I brought it out. Now I can't find it. Nice. Yeah, at the premiere of this movie, because I went like 3 days early. They had like a showing, and you got a special poster, and you got a special commemorative pin. And I had the pin. I just can't find it right now, which is going to make me very sad if I can't find that. But it's got to be here somewhere. But I showed you most of mine. I showed you my video game and my cassette. The only other thing that I have is this box set, which is real cool.
Yeah.
And it comes in this really cool like metal style case that looks like the side of Pete Mitchell's plane, Maverick's plane. And cool. Inside it opens up and you got these metal cases of the original Top Gun and Maverick.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's cool. if you lift this up, whoop, you got a little secret compartment there. And in that secret compartment, you have a keychain, which is still wrapped up. You got dog tags, Pete Mitchell's dog tags, which is pretty cool. You got some coasters that say like the hard deck and all these things. Maybe that's from Penny Benjamin's bar. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. And then in here, this is the coolest part of it. This little package here is all the pictures that are in Pete Mitchell's locker. In the
that's
Maverick
awesome.
movie.
That's a cool touch. That's a cool touch.
Yeah,
that's
every
awesome.
single picture that's in here is in his locker in the movie, which is really, really cool. And they're like printed out like on picture paper.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those make for great pranks, by the way.
What do you mean?
Oh,
when I was a kid, we got the Godfather box set and had the picture, like the wedding picture of the Corleone family. I went to my grandmother's house and replaced a picture on her in her like little chest with the Corleone wedding family. I waited 1 year. She didn't know.
For her to realize it? Oh, that's great.
I did it on April Fool's like 2018. And then April Fool's 2019. I'm like, Grandma, can we go look at the chest? Can you tell me about these pictures? And then I was like, what's this one? She's like, well, how'd that get in there?
That's funny.
That's your Uncle Joey. And that's
this Paulie. Yeah.
And that's when we learned Grandma had dementia.
No. But she's still with it. I just put that one in such a hidden little spot.
That's funny.
Yes, you got to. Okay, so what is today? So, no, it's far from April. Okay, then you got to figure out how to trick someone into putting one of your Pete Mitchell pictures into one of your family or friends' homes and see how long it takes. Item.
I will not be messing with that collector's item. Nope.
Right.
No, sir. I'm lucky I even opened the damn thing to watch the movie. Like I was going to leave it, cellophaned or whatever it was, hermetically sealed. I bought a Oasis record, a 30th anniversary of their first album, and I won't open it. I should have bought two, one to listen to and one to keep, but I didn't, unfortunately. But all right, I think that's going to do it, boys. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank
guys,
you.
We're going to have you on again. Or at least we're definitely going to have Will on again. If Sean wants to join us, he's more than Sean. Do you watch F1 racing?
I don't. Sorry.
You should. Okay.
Well, me and Will are very big F1 fans, along with our friend Joe DeZeo, who might be listening.
I know.
And there's an F1 movie coming out with Brad Pitt, and maybe when that comes out, we'll do another review. And definitely the next time the next Top Gun comes out, we'll be right back here giving you guys a review on that as well.
And I'll get my helmet out.
Yeah, I think we should do the show with the helmets on the entire time.
Okay.
Or should we do Iron Eagle?
Ugh.
Never say die.
I am all in on Iron Eagle. I love Iron Eagle too.
No, sorry.
Okay. No, not number 2.
Matt's out.
I love Iron Eagle also, not Iron Eagle 2.
Matt, you might like Iron Eagle.
No. Listen, of all of the homework you've given me, I had to watch Rings of Power season 1 in 1 day, and Top Gun and Top Gun 2 in 2 days. That's the
greatest homework assignment ever given.
Okay,
watch
take
Top
a month
Gun.
off.
That's called awesome.
Take a month off, watch Iron Eagle, and we'll come back.
Yeah, Iron Eagle's great.
I'm sorry, Lou Gossett Jr., best portrayal of a drill instructor outside of Arlie Ermy.
Yes. Who's Arlie Ermy?
Ain't no frogman gonna save you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. And thanks, everybody in the chat. Oh, we just got somebody in the chat. We got our fifth person in there. But too bad you came at the wrong time. Oh, they left. All right. Never mind. All right, everybody. This has been the Popcorn Bucket. And for everybody else, I'm Mav, a.k.a. Meat Pie today. Have a good one.